Rhetorical analysis. The rhetorical situation fundamental parts of the rhetorical situation. So you see that there is a diagram on the right-hand side. I do want you to copy that down in your notes so you have a visual as you are watching or reading or viewing something that you are trying to find the rhetoric over. You are looking for the speaker, the receiver, the message, and the purpose. Rhetorical analysis, so analysis plus evaluation. The summary of the text. Who wrote this? Who is the speaker? What is the occasion of the piece? This is what we call kairos. What is the text subject? What information does a text provide to support that subject? And how does a text support these ideas? Evaluating a text. So who is the intended audience? What is the purpose of this information? What appeals, ethos, pathos, or logos, were used to help achieve the author's purpose? SOAPStone. There's a lot of information here. So what I would suggest you do is write down everything that is in bold, and then everything that is in italics will give you an idea of what you'll specifically look for when you are looking for the information in bold. So it spells out SOAPStone, which is speaker, occasion, audience, purpose, subject, and then tone. So the speaker is the ethos. Who is giving the speech? The occasion, also known as kairos, is the context. So when and where is the speech being given? Audience is pathos. Who did they want to reach? The purpose, why is it being given? The subject is the logos, what is it about? And the tone, what is the tone of the speech? So again, in the bullet points, that will give you specific ideas of what to look for when you're looking at a specific bold heading. So identify the speaker's age, gender, class, and education. The voice tells the story. Whose voice is being heard within the text? And a text can mean a video, a book, an article. It means all sorts of things. It's just not a textbook. What can you tell or what do you know about the speaker that can help you understand the point of view expressed? In the occasion, what is the time and place of the piece? So be specific. What is the current situation? So what is going on either in the world or in this speaker's current situation that prompted the writing or ad or speech or book? What is the political event? Or excuse me, is this a political event, a celebration, an observation, a critique? Identify the context of the text. In the audience, who are the readers to whom this piece is directed? Or if it's a speech, who is being spoken to? Maybe one person or a specific group. Does the speaker identify an audience? What assumptions exist in the text about the intended audience? Purpose. What is the purpose behind the text? To inform, to persuade, to entertain? What is the message? And how does the speaker convey this message? The subject. What topic, content, and ideas are included in the text? State the subject in a few words or in a short phrase. Is there more than one subject? What information does the source provide? What is the attitude of the author? So the tone. Is the author emotional, objective, neutral, biased about this topic? How do you know? What types of details tell the author's feeling about the topic? So you're going to be looking at several different things, whether it be a text speech, a speech that is being visually and audio or listened to, I guess. And you'll be identifying all these information in here. So the more detailed that you are, the better your notes will be. And if I were a student, what I had done is always written down everything that was on a slide. So take your time with this. You have plenty of time in class to get this done, but the more detailed you are, the more likely you'll be able to remember. And additionally, before you read, make sure you you close read any text for rhetorical features. This means you're marking up your paper, highlighting, underlining, annotating in some way. It is important that you identify, circle, and look up words that you're not familiar with. Google it. Some of the words may be contextual, meaning that they are in relation to a time period and will give you a better understanding of the rhetoric. If you don't know it, Google it or look it up on an online dictionary. Always read text more than once. Example of tone words. So straightforward, optimistic, arrogant, approving, grim, and you can kind of read the rest. These gives you an idea of how it's feeling, what the tone of the text is. Now let's practice. Set up your notes, and in your notes, use SOAPStone. So write it out vertically on your blank sheet of paper. On your own, you will watch the YouTube clip. And I will say Jeff Daniels swears a few times in this clip, just an FYI. But overall, you're going to be looking for that SOAPStone information.
Can you say why America is the greatest country in the world?
Diversity and opportunity.
Lewis? Freedom and freedom. So let's keep it that way.
Well,
Why is
it's not the greatest country in the world, Professor. That's my answer.
You're saying
Yes.
Let's talk about
Fine. Sharon, the NEA is a loser. Yeah, it accounts for a penny out of our paycheck, but he gets to hit you with it anytime he wants. It doesn't cost money. It costs votes. It costs airtime, column inches. You know why people don't like liberals? Because they lose. If liberals are so fucking smart, how come they lose so goddamn always?
Hey.
And with a straight face, you're gonna tell students that America is so star-spangled awesome that we're the only ones in the world who have freedom? Canada has freedom. Japan has freedom. The UK, France, Italy, Germany, Spain, Australia, Belgium has freedom. So 207 sovereign states in the world, like 180 of them have freedom.
All right.
And yet you, sorority girl, just in case you accidentally wander into a voting booth one day, there's some things you should know. And one of them is, there is absolutely no evidence to support the statement that we're the greatest country in the world. We're 7th in literacy, 27th in math, 22nd in science, 49th in life expectancy, 178th in infant mortality, 3rd in median household income, number 4 in labor force, and number 4 in exports. We lead the world in only 3 categories: number of incarcerated citizens per capita, number of adults who believe angels are real, and defense spending, where we spend more than the next 26 countries combined, 25 of whom are allies. Now, none of this is the fault of a 20-year-old college student, but you nonetheless are, without a doubt, a member of the worst generation ever. So when you ask what makes us the greatest country in the world, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Yosemite? Sure used to be. We stood up for what was right. We fought for moral reasons. We passed laws, struck down laws for moral reasons. We waged wars on poverty, not poor people. We sacrificed. We cared about our neighbors. We put our money where our mouths were, and we never beat our chest. We built great big things, made ungodly technological advances, explored the universe, cured disease, and we cultivated the world's greatest artists and the world's greatest economy. We reached for the stars, acted like men. We aspired to intelligence. We didn't belittle it. It didn't make us feel inferior. We didn't identify ourselves by who we voted for in the last election, and we didn't scare so easy. We were able to be all these things and do all these things because we were informed by great men, men who were revered. First step in solving any problem is recognizing there is one. America is not the greatest country in the world anymore. Enough?
Can you say why America is the greatest country in the world?
Okay, so again, I am sorry for those curse words, but he does have a tone about him. He does have stuff that he says, and then he ends his tone completely different. So if you need to watch this video again, find it in the Google Slides, and you have the option to watch it again. But again, use your SOAPStone. So I'm going back. Use this information on this slide and go through it specifically. Be very detailed in your findings. This will give you a better idea if this is a good speech, a bad speech, what's the purpose, what's the subject, and please do this in your notes. The more practice you do now, the easier and more understanding that you will have when it comes to doing research on your own.
Can you say why America